I was playing with hard edges. And the things that I learned in this process, and again, this is not typically how I would tend to work, but it was like, these are just some of these little panels. And I had some realizations about this. Talk about constraint. And the constraint here was the division of space. And I decided I was going to divide it into 2 divisions. So each one of these is 2 divisions, right? And different ways of dividing the space. So that's one constraint. The other constraint was color or hue, and it was to use a color and white. Okay, a color and white. But then I was thinking about this yesterday, and I mean, just this, and we're going to bring Bruce in to talk about the enormity of possibilities within these constraints. But, you know, there could be even more. There could be 3 divisions of space. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, yeah, I think you can see it now. You see 1, 2, 3, 3 divisions of space. Here's this division here, very subtle. Here's a bigger division here, and here's a thin division here. So we could change the number of divisions of space, and we're working with rectangles and squares. We've got the square here. We could even put rectangles in here. So I was just playing with 2 divisions of space within each square, or 2, yes, and then 2 colors. So 1 color and white, but it could be another constraint might be a color and another color or hue. Like it could be this green and a different green, or a green and a blue, a green and a red, a green and a anything, and on and on and on. And then there would be, you could play with values. You could play with light on light. You could play with medium values, dark values, high contrast, contrasts that are closer. It's endless what you can do here. And that is just playing with each individual panel, just each individual panel. It's endless what you could do with that. But then we get into, if you look at this overall, what's going on here, we have a grid. Just like when we did the value maquettes, we had a overall grid. We've got an overall grid in this arrangement. And we could pull some out, we could put some down, we could do all kinds of things. But we've got this overall grid, and then there's a grid within a grid, because these are also grid-like.